For the Record is brought to you by Vamped Motors, the only authorized Ford and Toyota dealership serving the Cayman Islands. K-Man Pharmacy Group, with a location in West Bay and professional pharmacy at CTMH Doctors Hospital. The K-Man Pharmacy Group has a location for you just around the corner. Seaboard Marine, with over 35 shipping ports, find your shipping solution by calling 949-4977 or visit seaboardmarine.com for competitive rates. Coca-Cola, available across the Cayman Islands from Tortuga distributors. Accept no substitutes. Taste the feeling with Coca-Cola. Brand Source Home Gallery, inspiring luxury. And Fidelity Bank. Fidelity, we're good for you.
Also brought to you by Ropers Enterprises, 122 Industrial Way. Products and services for better public health. Green Turtle. Take a ride on the Green Turtle Express today. Download the Green Turtle app, the future of mobile, saving lives today. And the Ministry of Commerce, Planning and Infrastructure. Visit energy.gov.ky/competition to win a home energy makeover worth up to $20,000.
This is For the Record with Orett Connor.
Coming to you live from Radio Cayman Studio.
For the record.
For the record. For the record.
Hear from your government officials, independents, and the opposition on issues that matter to you.
For the record.
Engage in an open dialogue between residents and lawmakers.
For the record.
For the record. For the record.
Informative, impartial, insightful.
This is your talk show.
1-800-534-8255. Your calls, your input. This is For the Record. And now, your host, Orett Connor.
Good morning and welcome to For the Record. Today is Monday, the 16th day of November 2020. I hope and I trust that everyone had a wonderful weekend. Those of you who are on the roads of the Cayman Islands, we urge you to please be extremely cautious. Remember to observe the rules of the road, and if you do so, then the life you save may possibly be your own. If you're celebrating a birthday today, I want to wish you a happy birthday, and I don't want anyone to think that this is any nepotism on my part, but I want to wish a happy birthday to my sister, Judith McFeel. We know her as Taki, so happy birthday coming from all of the family, including your children, grandchildren, brothers, sisters, everyone. Wishing you a happy birthday today. Those of you who are celebrating a happy birthday as well, we want to wish you one. If you've celebrated one over the weekend, belated happy birthday to you as well. And of course, for those of you who have lost loved ones over the past few days, we want to extend our sincere condolences to you. We hope and we trust that your faith will help to carry you through these very challenging times. Those who are experiencing illnesses, physical challenges, we want to wish all of you speedy recovery, as well. And our prayers are with you during your period of recovery. Speaking of birthdays, on the second segment of the show this morning, we will be celebrating what would be the 134th birthday, or celebrating the 134 years since that person was born. A very prominent name in the Cayman Islands, and almost all of you, if not all of you, would have shared in that person's accomplishments in one way or the other. I'm not going to say any more for now. I'm going to keep you on the edge of your seats for a while, and that will be coming up on the second leg of the show this morning. So, folks, I want to thank you for allowing Radio Cayman and, by extension, For the Record into your homes, into your vehicles, as you traverse the busy roads of the Cayman Islands, into your places of work, wherever that may be. As you know, For the Record is a show produced by the staff and management of Radio Cayman, and it is geared towards keeping you abreast of issues as they arise and play out on the local, regional, and international scene. I'm your host, Orett Connor, and you're welcome to join me every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 7:30 a.m. until 10 a.m. During that period, our phone lines are open. This morning, it is the radio voice of Silver Fox, Mr. Paul Akal, who's waiting to take your calls. You can call us on our toll-free number provided courtesy of Flow. That toll-free number, 1-800-534-8255. You can also call us on 949-8037 and 949-6990. Email us at fortherecord, one word, fortherecord at candw.ky. WhatsApp us, 925-3261. You can send us a text message or leave us a voice note, the contents of which will be played during the course of the show. And of course, you can follow us on YouTube simply by subscribing to Radio Cayman live stream. On the first segment of the show this morning, no stranger to Radio Cayman and For the Record, Mr. Andre Bailey, and we will be talking about International Men's Day that is being celebrated this year. Mr. Bailey, good morning, sir. Welcome back to For the Record.
Thank you, Orett. Good morning to you and to your listeners.
Yes, sir. So tell us about International Men's Day. But before we even go there, tell us about the Family Resource Center and what some of the things that you do there. So our listening audience and viewing audience can have an overview of the Family Resource Center, how important it is in our community.
Okay, all right. So Andre Bailey is the name. I'm a program facilitator there at the Family Resource Center, which is an arm of the Department of Counseling Services.
Okay.
So within that department, there's a Family Resource Center, and our mandate, if you will, is to ensure that we cater to the holistic needs of families within the Cayman Islands, working with parents, working with children, working with all stakeholders who have to do with family relations in the island. So our programs are geared towards young parents, older parents, children, everybody as a matter of fact, because it still takes a village to raise a child, and we have recognized that, and we have ensured that as the years go by, that our programs develop to cater to the needs as they arise within the society.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Excellent. So International Men's Day, is it something that is celebrated worldwide on the same day?
Yes, this is a global event, a global observation, and it's observed on the 19th of November every year across over 80 countries.
Oh, wow.
Last number says over 88 countries. So it is a global event, and it's observed on November 19th every year. So in 3 days' time, the world will be observing International Men's Day.
Okay. So what's so special on our calendar for that?
Well, here in the Cayman Islands, we, like the rest of the world, recognize the importance of the contributions of positive role male models within our society. So we focus on that every year when we observe International Men's Day. And this year's the theme is Healthy Minds and Bodies. So that is inculcating the viewpoint of the importance of there being healthy minds and the importance of health, physical health, spiritual health, emotional health within our population, but more so focusing on the males. This came from this being a COVID pandemic ongoing, and the International Committee for the International Men's Day wanted to ensure that the world stop and viewed and recognize the importance of mental health, the importance of healthy bodies as well as we move through this pandemic and beyond it.
Okay. Now, throughout the month of November, there is also something that persons can do in terms of nominations, nominating a man who leads by example.
Well, that was part of our 2019
Oh, that's
campaign.
2019.
Yes,
Okay,
this year what we're doing is similar. But this year we're taking it on social media, and we're asking persons to take a picture of one of those men doing something within the community, within the society that is either a traditional act or a non-traditional act. For an example, traditionally we know the mothers might be the ones to get the girls here home in the morning to get ready for school. So if we could take a picture of a man doing something like that, which is not so much traditional, post that picture on Facebook tag the Family Resource Center and get your friends and family to like that photo. And the picture that gets the most likes at the end of the month, they will be rewarded, courtesy of the Family Resource Center.
Or something like a man walking his child to school.
Anything like that. Yeah. Some positive action, which is a positive role model, a positive behavior by a man, doing his common everyday activity or not. Once it's male related, then take a picture, post it on Facebook, tag the Family Resource Center, and the most likes at the end of the month will be rewarded. So it's similar to the nomination of a man, but we're still looking at a positive role model, and we understand the COVID situation, so we're trying to, as best as possible, make it virtual to get as many persons involved without having to leave their homes. Yeah,
and what is likely to happen with this, because so many more people are involved in social media and everything, rather than filling out a form and saying this person and
So it's easy, it's
convenient. Visually,
snap a picture on your phones, post it, tag us, and get your friends and family to like it, and that will be a part of what we call the Picture This competition.
Okay. Paul, we're going to take a commercial break now. When we return, the conversation with Mr. Andre Bailey, talking about International Men's Day being celebrated in the Cayman Islands. Mr. Bailey is the facilitator at the Family Resource Center, and you heard earlier about the mandate of the Family Resource Center as well. Folks, please stay tuned. For the record, we'll be back shortly.
The Cayman Islands boasts of a long, colorful, and rich history. In tribute to our roots, Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands, is pleased to bring you the Historical Vignette Series, brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects. The Cayman Islands, He hath founded it upon the seas.
It is fair to say that the storm of 1932 caught the Cayman Islands off guard. Long assumed that the hurricane season finished in October, yet Grand Cayman was not hit until November 7, 1932 by the storm which would ravage the islands. Furthering the confusion was that the storm had previously passed well south of the islands before changing course and reversing to the northeast. As Captain Keith Tibbetts told afterwards, none of the old sea captains would agree that it was coming here, because it never had been known for a hurricane to travel on a course of east to north. After striking Grand Cayman with significant damage, including the sinking of the Balboa off of Georgetown, the storm passed directly over the sister islands, causing total havoc and catastrophic losses.
Rotary Central Music Extravaganza tickets are moving like a hold glass of swanky on a hot Cayman Brack day. Get your tickets now from Rotary Central members, Rotary Ticket Sellers, eventpro.ky, Funky Tanks, A.L. Thompson's Home Depot, Mango Tree Restaurant, Seabird's Bar, Eastern Avenue, Tashara Lewis in Cayman Brack. Get your golden tickets. Get ready to be a winner. Stand your chance to win $40,000. Second prize $4,000. 6 $1,000 prizes and more. The Music Extravaganza 2020. Building bus shelters throughout the Cayman Islands, supporting over 70 Rotary community projects. Rotary Central, not-for-profit number 232. Rotary opens opportunity.
Radio Cayman's Historical Vignettes was brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects.
Fidelity Bank would like to thank all essential workers. We salute your efforts and thank you for the sacrifices you've made to keep us all safe. During these challenging times we're facing, our top priority is the health and safety of the communities we serve. And while it's true that things are changing rapidly every day, one thing that will never change is our commitment to giving you the best and sound financial solutions to help you during and after the coronavirus pandemic. At Fidelity Bank, our focus will always be you. Fidelity, we're good for you.
Stronger, wider, higher, lighter.
The all-new Ford Ranger Raptor.
Powerfully built with a 2.0 diesel Panther engine and 210 horsepower. Modern with leather interior and 8-inch touchscreen, Sync 3 technology and power features. Tough, built to handle the off-road with 4-wheel drive, terrain modes, and 10-speed automatic transmission. Coming early October to Vamped Motors, Walkers Road. To find out more and to test drive the bold new Ford Ranger Raptor, visit Vamped Motors, Walkers Road, or call 949-8288.
It's time to buy smart. It's time to buy Ropers. Find everything for your home and kitchen at low prices at Ropers, your neighborhood store. Value, integrity. Ropers also offers complete janitorial service for commercial, industrial, and residential. They get the job done right every time. 122 Industrial Way, 949-2511, or email janitorial@ropers.ky. Clean up your spending with Ropers and stay prepared. 949-2511. Ropers, providing products and services for better public health.
What's that? No sugar, same amazing taste? Coca-Cola Zero Sugar is here to stay. Classic taste, pure satisfaction. Be sure to stop into any Tortuga location and get your own case of Coke Zero. Or grab an ice-cold one straight from the cooler. Brought to you by Tortuga Distributors Limited. Coca-Cola, taste the feeling, K-Man.
Green Turtle. Modern solutions to get you through the new normal. Download the Green Turtle app now and top up yours or a loved one's phone with any mobile carrier in any destination. Home delivery of laptops, tablets, phones, accessories, and iTunes and major online retailer gift cards. And now, home deliveries of groceries and courier service. Guaranteed delivery within 2 hours from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Visit their list of products at greenturtle.ky or download the Green Turtle app today. Green Turtle is not only the future of mobile, but today it can help save a life. Take a ride on the Green Turtle Express today. Download the Green Turtle app, the future of mobile, saving lives today.
System 1 loaded.
1-800-534-8255. What is on your mind when it comes to the government, independence, and the opposition? Issues that matter to you. 1-800-534-8255. Waiting to hear from you. For the Record.
This is For the Record with Orett Connor.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. It is my pleasure to have in the studio with me this morning Mr. Andre Bailey, who is the program facilitator at the Family Resource Center. We're talking about International Men's Day 2020 to be celebrated in the Cayman Islands, Thursday, the 19th of November 2020. And there are a host of activities that are planned for International Men's Day as well. Mr. Bailey is going to update us on that. But again, before we do that, Mr. Bailey, I want you to remind our audience of the theme, this year's theme for International Men's Day.
Right. Thanks, Orett. So the 2020 theme for International Men's Day is Healthy Minds and Bodies. And it's looking at the holistic man, ensuring that we recognize the importance of us having proper mental health as well as physical, emotional, and spiritual health.
And in the era of coronavirus, both of those are extremely important. And
healthy minds and bodies both are very important. So it's ensuring that we take a second look at self-care within ourselves and, of course, by extension, our families. And definitely it's important to have healthy minds and bodies for everyone.
Okay. And tell us now how the Family Resource Center will be helping us to do that.
Well, on November 19th, for the month, we have been having different activities throughout the month. On the 19th, this Thursday, which is the actual day, the observation, the International Men's Day, we're going to be, first of all, inviting persons to join us in our Dress for a Cause event. And this is where organizations can order shirts from us at the Family Resource Centers. We have specially designed shirts for the 2020 staging of International Men's Day. There are different SKUs talking about men who are immense or men who have achievement, talking about there are 4 of them in total. I can't remember them all now. So there's immense, achievement, fundamental, and phenomenal, right? And we're inviting persons to buy those shirts and to dress for our cause on Thursday. Have a dress down day, organize an event within your own organization, and raise funds for us, contribute them to the Family Resource Center. All funds from the t-shirt sales, as well as any other contributions that we collect, will go towards funding for programs in relation to men and their well-being. So, for example, next year in February 2021, we're going to be launching our Fathers First, well, for this year, launching for that particular year, the Fathers First program, something that we have done before. But we're having the next cohort in February, and the Fathers First program is, as it suggests, a program that looks at developing fathers, making them aware of their roles and responsibilities within a family, and of course, teaching, if you will, let us be real about it, teaching some fathers how to father. The truth is that we have recognized at the Family Resource Center that we parent how we were parented. And some fathers today do not necessarily know how to parent because they themselves didn't have fathers in the home growing up. And it's a situation that we have to come face to face with if we are about to address the issues and do it in a tangible way. Then we have to be real about exactly what we're looking at. And some of our fathers did not get that education of how to father, so they're playing it by ear, and that's fine. But it's never too late to be a better parent. So if we can assist in giving some tips and some strategies of how to be a better father, then we are happy and willing to do so.
Now, as far as the T-shirts are concerned, can you let our audience know the location where they can be collected?
Right, sure. Yes. We have them available in our office on Mary Street, 87 Mary Street, and that's the Apollo House building. We're on the west wing on the 2nd floor, but you could contact us by phone 949-0006. That's 949-0006, or just send us an email, frc@gov.ky. Make the order over the phone, make the order by email. We'll prepare that package for you, and you could come and pick it up. Each shirt is $15. We have all sizes, from a small to an extra large, and we're asking persons, asking organizations, individuals, groups, schools, everybody to join us in getting rid of these shirts, if you will, and wear them on the 19th or whenever other day. I know,
or a child may want to purchase one for their father,
or a wife for their husband, or anybody. And like I said, these are skewed shirts. We have different wording on them, so persons can really choose what they like to represent the man who they are representing in purchasing those shirts. So also on the 19th will be our roundtable discussion here on Radio Cayman. So we're inviting your audience to join us then for the roundtable discussion, and we're having in studio ordinary men. The thing about International Men's Day is that it recognizes the valuable contribution of positive male role models within the society. And we're not talking about star athletes only, or we're not talking about celebrities. We're talking about the average man who is living an honest life and is caring for himself or his family, and he's doing so and being a positive male role model in society. Teaching others, teaching his children, his offspring, and others around him, giving back and showing that positive modeling. So we want to recognize these ordinary men, if you will, quote and unquote ordinary men, and highlight the issues that these men face within the society on a daily basis. And in doing so, our roundtable discussion will be focused on that, looking at men issues that affect men, and getting a different perspectives. So we have on that lineup persons from different sectors of the community, including students. So we'll have a student, we'll have a male within his 20s, we'll have an older male, and we'll have a senior who is here to advise us on all things in that era, that generation. So of course it will, and a professional as well within that mix. So of course it will be a riveting discussion. It's a roundtable discussion, and we're inviting persons to call in and to participate, to give their voice into the discussion as well. And coming from that discussion, we'll be taking that at the Family Resource Center from the notes that are given in that discussion to help with our programming, to help with what the demands. Like I said, we evolve our programming to meet the demands of the society, and we want to ensure that whatever we hear coming from them, whatever platform we have as the Family Resource Center, and the responsibility of our voice as an entity to assist with the community in general.
Okay, and what time will that be on Radio Cayman? The time that's in
well, it will be on the Talk Today program.
Today?
So that's at 12:30. 12:15, 12:30. Thereabout. With Sterling.
Mm-hmm.
So it will be on Talk Today on Radio Cayman on Thursday. Join us at that time. Call us. Be a part of the discussion. Be a part of the roundtable itself.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And I would imagine with such a large panel, that's likely to consume the whole show from
Yes, we have asked for the whole show. So I hope that the management of Radio Cayman is listening. Yes, we are requesting the entire show because we really want to observe International Men's Day and to ensure that the voices of these men are heard, as well as your audience who will call to be a part of that discussion. So, as well, for this month, on the 22nd of November, we're having the annual basketball competition. It's a 3-on-3 basketball competition. This is the second staging of it. And we have planned it to be bigger and better than it was last year. So it'll be on the 22nd. We are going to be at the Ark in Cayman Bay. There are two divisions: the junior division for the 12 and under, and then the senior division is everybody else from 13 to 96, I like to say. So everybody is invited to be a part of that. It's a free event. The cash prize for the seniors is $1,000. So we're inviting persons to come out and to sign up, to register, or even to watch. Because even if you don't play basketball, of course, it is a lovely family event for persons to come out and to view and to support the men who will be playing. It's all male competition, so we know they're female basketballers. We ask you females to come and support the men while they play, but it's all males. And the unique thing about this competition is that it merges young men playing with older men in one competition on the same court. So what it does, it builds that camaraderie between young men and older men, and it provides that value of teaching them sportsmanship and coordination and collaboration while playing.
And you said last year that was it was a fun event last year?
It was a very fun event last year, and we did our debrief, and we have included more events. So there's live entertainment all day this year. The competition, we have novelty competition. There will be a free throw competition as well as a minute to win it competition, and persons can win prizes from those as well. Free t-shirts for all persons who sign up. And a part of the competition, and of course, like I said, there's a cash prize of $1,000.
Excellent. Top of the hour, 8 o'clock news, folks. Please stay tuned. The conversation with Mr. Andre Baylor will continue immediately after the 8 o'clock news.
Roast turkey or glazed ham?
Ooh, let's go turkey.
Okay, for sides I'm thinking whipped sweet potato, macaroni and cheese, and green bean casserole.
Perfect. And for dessert, should we go apple or pumpkin pie?
Pumpkin for sure. Thanksgiving dinner has seriously never been easier with these holiday dinners from Foster's.
Get your Thanksgiving holiday dinner and feed up to 8 people from just $79.99. Order online at fosters.ky. Foster's, better because we care.
The voice of the Cayman Islands.
89.9 FM in Grand Cayman and 93.9 FM in Cayman Brac and Little Cayman.
Silver wings shining in the sunlight.
Radio Cayman.
The 8 a.m. news is proudly sponsored by the Chamber of Commerce Pension Plan. For further information, please visit chamberpension.ky. The Cayman Islands Chamber of Commerce Pension Plan. We're here for you. Did you know that between May and August 31st, in support of the COVID-19 Emergency Withdrawal Program, the Chamber Pension Plan leveraged IT and human resources to successfully review over 16,000 member applications, approve over 12,000 applications, and paid over CI $130 million to our plan members. We are the Cayman Islands Chamber of Commerce Pension Plan, and we're here for you. For further information regarding the emergency withdrawal program, visit chamberpension.ky. And for information as it happens, follow us on Facebook, LinkedIn, or Instagram. Email admin@pensions.ky or call 745-7630.
Your voice, your choice for today's biggest news.
Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands.
With your latest news, I'm Carsley Fuller. Cayman's Emergency Field Hospital has been shortlisted for an International Project Management Award. Radio Cayman's Shanda Gallego has the details.
Created as part of government's COVID-19 response, the Cayman Islands Emergency Field Hospital has been recognised by the UK's Association of Project Management, APM, and shortlisted in the organisation's 2020 Project Management Awards programme. According to a government press release, the project is one of 4 finalists in the category Social Project of the Year. The APM explains that its Project of the Year award is for the team whose project demonstrates the most effective use of project management, the greatest results, and the greatest benefit and innovations to the profession. Today, the winners in this and other categories will be announced during the APM's virtual awards ceremony that's set for 1 p.m. today. The COVID-19 Emergency Field Hospital created within the Family Life Center, Georgetown, was a contingency in case our border control and health protection measures were not sufficient to manage a local outbreak of COVID-19. The additional 80-bed capacity would be activated in the event the island's main hospitals were running low on capacity. Initial capability was created within 3 weeks as a result of innovative work by a cross-government team, including the Health Services Authority, PWD, and the Cayman Islands Regiment. The National Emergency Operations Center coordinated the project. The facility has been approved by health regulators as being to hospital standards, and while it is a facility officials say they hope to never use, it remains on standby just in case. The short-term facility was designed in a sustainable way to ensure that when the COVID-19 threat is over, many of the assets purchased can be used in other facilities or projects. Shanda Gallego, Radio Cayman News.
The Annual Public Accounts Committee plans to hold public hearings on the annual reports of the Cayman Turtle Conservation and Education Center Limited for financial years that ended 2017, 2018, and 2019 this week. Proceedings will be taking place on Wednesday and Thursday and can be viewed from the Public Gallery of Parliament or live on CIGTV's YouTube and cable channels. A final warning from the Public Lands Inspectorate urging all unauthorized vehicle mechanics to remove all derelict and vehicle cars on Crowns Land and Webb Road, Rock Hole, and Liberty Lane no later than December 3rd. Government says if you fail to comply, it will result in the disposal of these vehicles at the Georgetown landfill. The inspectorate says the presence of these cars defaces the communities, limits resident safety and security, and creates environmental concerns with the breeding of rats and mosquitoes. For more information, you can call 244-2452 or email plc@gov.ky. Now with the check of international news, here's the BBC, which will take us out of the newscast. I'm Carsley Fuller from Radio Cayman's newsroom.
BBC News, with Jerry Smith. Clinical trials in the United States indicate a second company has produced a vaccine that can prevent COVID-19 infections in more than 90% of cases. The American biotechnology company Moderna says its vaccine appears to be effective among the elderly who are most at risk of suffering severe cases of COVID. A year-long BBC investigation in Kenya has uncovered evidence of child trafficking in street clinics and babies being stolen to order at a major government hospital. Using undercover investigators, a BBC Africa Eye team witnessed children being stolen and sold on the streets. The head of the International Olympic Committee has expressed confidence that the postponed Tokyo will go ahead in front of spectators next year. A BBC correspondent says Thomas Bach is keen to persuade those financing the Olympics to recommit, amid fears that without adequate controls, the Games could become a super-spreader event. In France, an Islamist gunman has gone on trial accused of trying to carry out a terrorist attack on a high-speed train 5 years ago. Ayoub al-Khazani, a Moroccan, was overpowered by passengers, including 3 Americans. The incident was turned into a Hollywood film. Talks on a possible partnership and trade deal between Britain and the European Union are entering what both sides see as a crucial phase. It's just over 6 weeks till the current post-Brexit transition ends. BBC News.
The 8 a.m. news is proudly sponsored by the Chamber of Commerce Pension Plan. For further information, please visit chamberpension.ky. The Cayman Islands Chamber of Commerce Pension Plan. We're here for you. We are a not-for-profit, member-centric plan with a democratically elected volunteer board of trustees representing all sectors of the Cayman Islands economy. We have an all-in expense ratio of less than 1%, over 20,000 members, and $490 million in assets under management. We were the first multi-employer pension plan approved by the regulator in the late 1990s, and today we are still strong, secure, and are here for our employees and employers alike. If you would like to join or require further information, visit chamberpension.ky. And for information as it happens, follow us on Facebook, LinkedIn, or Instagram. Email admin@pensions.ky or call 745-7630. The Cayman Islands Chamber of Commerce Pension Plan. We're here for you.
Stay in touch with Radio Cayman for the latest in news and information.
Follow Radio Cayman on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Download the Radio Cayman app or log on to our website, www.radiocayman.gov.ky.
Radio Cayman, your voice, your choice, your radio.
JN Money Card. When my land up a JN, me get the money card with them. Just show them your ID and give them your TRN. Go and use at the ATM or swipe instead then. And when you need more cash, and make your family send it in a flash. From abroad to card, get the JN Money Card. It's safe, convenient, and free.
JN Money Card only available and used in Jamaica. Call 345-945-2014 for details.
Maintaining a strong mind and body through sports and general healthy living is a good course of action. But what about your spiritual man, your inner man? He has to be awakened, fed, exercised, strengthened, and led according to the will of God. So, have you heard the call? I'm Evangelist Brother Joseph Joey Ebanks, and I'm inviting you to worship Wednesday and Thursday nights at 7:30. We are bringing the Word of God to our communities as Jesus commanded. Faith comes by hearing, so come and hear. Bring your own chair or simply park and listen to the Word of God from your vehicle, covering the Cayman Islands with the Word of God, one community at a time.
Have You Heard the Call will be next to Jimwood Bar, Martin Drive, Central Georgetown, 18th and 19th, 7:30 p.m.
During these unprecedented times, Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands, is pleased to bring you the Cayman Strong Series. The Cayman Strong Series is brought to you by OnCourse Cayman. Visit oncourse.ky to view a full list of wellness services and their qualified team. OnCourse Cayman, health, wellness, and happiness.
Change your thinking, change your life. Developing your emotional awareness can have profound effects on your life.
As Daniel Goleman said in his book entitled Emotional Intelligence, people who cannot marshal some control over their emotional life fight inner battles that sabotage their ability for focused work and clear thought, whereas people with well-developed emotional skills are more likely to be content and effective in their lives, mastering the habits of mind that foster their own productivity.
Change your thinking, change your life.
Radio Cayman's Cayman Strong Series was brought to you by OnCourse Cayman. Visit oncourse.ky to view a full list of wellness services and their qualified team. OnCourse Cayman, health, wellness, and happiness.
These days, feelings of loneliness, anxiety, stress, and depression can be overwhelming. Just know you are not alone. OnCourse Cayman offers private mental health services for children, teens, adults, and groups. Visit oncourse.ky to view a full list of wellness services and their qualified team. OnCourse Cayman, health, wellness, and happiness.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Planning a meeting, event, or office celebration? Visit subway.ky to place your catering order today.
At Subway, we want to express our sincere appreciation for your support this year. We're still here because of you. Because you took care of us during a difficult time, let us take care of you and your family this holiday season. It's been a stressful year. You don't need the stress of planning big holiday dinners or parties. Just give us a call. We'll make it easy and work with you to plan your special occasion. Enjoy our catering, boxes, gift certificates, and of course, our delicious cookies and new flavors. We thank you for supporting local. Subway, eat fresh.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Planning a meeting, event, or office celebration? Visit subway.ky to place your catering order today.
For the record, with Orett Connor.
Initiating system. For information that matters. For the record, with Orett Connor. Continues right now on Radio Cayman.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. In the studio with me for this segment of the show, we have another 15 minutes to go. Mr. Andre Bailey, who is the program facilitator at the Family Resource Center here in Grand Cayman. Mr. Bailey is telling us about International Men's Day, celebrated on Thursday, the 19th day of November. Before we went to the break, we were talking about the basketball competition as well. So tell us more about the activities that are planned for that very special day, Mr. Bailey.
Well, so it's a day, we want it to be a day of entertainment. So there's live entertainment on the day. Again, for dates is November 22nd. It's at the Ark in Cayman Bay. It's free entry, and we're inviting teams to go ahead on our website and register now. Just hit under the events, you will see the basketball competition. The waiver form and the registration form is there. Or you could contact the Family Resource Center by sending us an email, frc@gov.ky, and we'll send that out to you for registration. It's free registration online. We are also doing registration on site. So on the day, you could show up and get registered. You could also show up without a team, and we'll fit you with a team. So all persons who show up might not have a team, but they want to play ball. They could come register on the day, and we will be composing teams on the days for those persons who register without being a part of a particular team.
But it would certainly make life easier for you if they registered in advance, I would think.
It would certainly make life easier, and we'd want that so we could plan in terms of match schedule, but we're also doing the on-site registration, and we understand the difficulties that some persons might face in doing so, and we don't want to exclude anyone. So persons are free to register. It's an all-male competition, and it's for all age groups. We have the under 12 division for the junior boys, and then there is the open group, which covers everybody else. What's interesting, I was telling you, is that on this open event, the senior team, there must be a minor on court at all times.
Okay.
Yeah. So that ensures the camaraderie that we're talking about, ensuring that it's a friendly competition between men and boys versus other men and boys on court for the 3-on-3 basketball competition. So we have designed the space to ensure that persons are enjoying the matches while they go on, as well as other activities that will be on the day of competition, food provided, food available for persons, so you don't have to necessarily leave the venue.
Right.
We will make provisions for all of that for persons to come and enjoy. I just want to pause and recognize our sponsors, even for International Men's Day and the basketball competition. So we have Davenport Development Limited, who have come on board to be a part of International Men's Day. They have been supporting us over the years, and we want to give a shout out to them and thank them for their support. And this year we have on board Costules, who has come on board to be a part of the International Men's Celebration
Excellent.
And the basketball competition. So we want to give a shout out to Costules as well for their sponsorship and support. It's $1,000 cash prize for a free event. There's nothing better.
Any COVID-19 protocols that have to be observed?
Well, we are doing the limit as per the government regulations, so we won't be taking more than what is prescribed by the government at this time.
Yes.
And of course, the waiver which we have has been updated to include COVID-19 regulations. So persons who might be experiencing any form of flu-like symptoms will have to withdraw from the competition and let us know. Even on the day, if they're developing any form of symptoms, then they'll have to inform us, and then we'll take the regular precautions as necessary. Of course, we'll have sanitizations and so on entering the gym for persons to sanitize their hands before coming in. And the food supplying, of course, with food and beverage restrictions. That is normal and natural. We'll also be having those. So we are thinking about the safety of all persons, of course, but we do want persons to come out and have a good time.
Okay.
All right, good. As part of the community, we have a locally produced film called Men's Voice, and we're inviting community organizations, we're inviting churches, we're inviting businesses to have a screening of that documentary. It's a documentary with Caymanian men highlighting the roles of these men and contributions, positive role models and positive contributions within a society. So it's a short documentary which you could plan a whole event around, and we're inviting persons to contact us at the Family Resource Center. We'll send that documentary to you, and you could organize a private screening within your own locale. Of course, if you want to do it as a fundraiser, again, for programs related to men and men well-being, then if you do so, then we ask that you remit those funds to us. Outside of that, just doing it to highlight men and their contribution, that's also allowed, and we really would appreciate persons taking up that opportunity to have this film screening.
Great.
All right. So, and in terms of recapping, it's a roundtable discussion on the 19th
Here
on Radio Cayman, of course.
And we're hoping that it will be for the entire show from 12:15 until 2:30.
The entire show, 12:15 to 2:30. We want everybody to be joining us, listening in. Take your lunch hour if you have to. Call us and be a part of that conversation. We're inviting persons, entities, to be a part of our Dress for a Cause on November 19th. Order shirts from us at the Family Resource Center. Contact us 949-0006. Order the International Men's Day shirts and organize a Dress Down Day event within your organization, at home, within your family, wherever you are. If persons can't do it on the 19th, then whenever time they could, that's fine, and we appreciate it. Send us some pictures, send us some videos, we'll have them posted. But on the 19th, that's when we are observing the day, which is the day for International Men's Day.
And by purchasing those T-shirts, they will really be making an immense contribution towards your programs.
Definitely. So, be a part of the basketball competition on the 22nd, or be a part, and as well as you could be a part of the online Picture This competition, where you take a picture of a man doing an activity, a positive activity, a role model, capture that photo, tag the Family Resource Center and post it on Facebook, and the most likes at the end of the month will be receiving.
Okay.
That.
Now, does the photo have to be captioned in any way identifying the individual?
No, it doesn't, because we make contact with the persons who post after the fact.
Okay.
So it could be a funny caption, it could be an inspirational caption, is whatever. It's open to persons to. I mean, it could be something funny, something humorous, it could be something inspirational, but we just want to be tagged on it, so we could be aware that you are entering that competition, and then we will view the likes at the end of the time, and we'll make contact with the person who made the post. So we don't necessarily have to identify the name of the person. If they want to, it's fine. It's open to them and they're willing to do so. But we do make contact with them after the fact to get them to collect their prize. Inform them if they have won, as well as to make sure that they receive the award.
Yes.
Or the prize. Yeah, so that's us for International Men's Day. We want to celebrate men, healthy minds and bodies. That's the 2020 theme. And in your own organization, in your own family, in your own entity, whatever it is that you would want to do, even hearing this radio broadcast today, to if you didn't know about it before, but to recognize that it becomes important for us to pause for a second and to recognize the contributions of men and positive role models within our society. So many times we take it for granted what men do. And there are several arguments for that. And part of it, I've heard so many times, even in this campaign, that's because of male privilege. But when we take something for granted, then we might very well lose that particular thing. So it becomes important to express gratitude is a must. That's what Coffee said, right? So it becomes important for us to pause for a second and recognize men and their contributions within our society, and to celebrate positive male role models within our society, because definitely we need more of that.
Well, certainly on part of your theme there about health and healthy bodies, what I will certainly do, our cycling group's called Daybreakers.
Yes.
We ride on Sundays, Tuesdays and Thursdays. Some ride other days, but Tuesdays and Thursdays we usually have large groups out, somewhere numbering around 20-25 cyclists at 4:30 in the morning. So I'm going to encourage as many cyclists to come out on Thursday morning. Celebrate International Men's Day and the theme of staying healthy. That's right.
Sounds very good. Yes. I like that. All right. Thank you so much. And that's it. We want to, somebody mentioned ago that over the years, there has been a development of women-related issues and how women empowerment has gotten to the point of there might be a situation where men are being marginalized, which we have recognized over time. And the truth is that as men, we also need to be supporting each other. So hearing you say that, encouraging the other cyclists to come out to celebrate International Men's Day is part of that encouragement. And that's why, as a Family Resource Center, we are not limited to campaigns related to children or women, but we have recognized the importance of celebrating our men as well. Because we need each other. We complement each other, and we need each other to survive. We need each other for society to progress and to do better. So, of course, we're encouraging persons to be a part of this. Be encouraged by it, be inspired by it, and do something for your men. Even cook them at dinner, cook them at lunch, give them a token.
A healthy one too. Healthy lunch.
Right? Just to recognize on International Men's Day. Surprise them, if you will, on International Men's Day, to say, I acknowledge and appreciate your contributions. It's International Men's Day and I want to celebrate you. And I think if we can start there, then we can snowball into something bigger and greater over time.
Give you an opportunity to again extend gratitude to your sponsors.
Yes, please. Davenport Development Limited, thank you so much for sponsoring the Family Resource Center on our campaign for International Men's Day. They have been with us over time, and we truly appreciate them coming on board each year to support us. And we want to give a big shout out to Cost You Less, who heard about what we're doing and have decided to be a part of that, and they've come on board this year strong for our basketball competition. So Cost You Less, big shout out to you, and we want to thank you for your support of our International Men's Day events, especially as it relates to our basketball competition.
And for those who are interested for sponsoring next year, this is a good...
We're still taking sponsorship for this year.
Oh, okay.
If you want to come on board this year, please feel free to do so. Contact us at the Family Resource Center. Send us an email, frc@gov.ky. Contact us by phone 949-0006. Of course, for this year, we are still taking sponsors.
And that can be in cash or kind as well?
Cash or kind. Because there are programs that we want to do in relation to men and their well-being, and we're inviting the entities to be a part of that. And it takes cash to care. That's the truth. So we definitely are asking for more sponsorship, and that will go a long way in providing for our programs. I give you something interesting for your listeners as well. So we're in office talking about programming altogether, and then in this discussion, it came up that we wanted to, of course, ensure that we have support for women. And someone was like, support for women? What we're talking about International Men's Day. And then the immediate thing that was said is, let us remember that these mothers are raising boys. And it is so true. We can't deny that fact. So we want to ensure that in all we do, we are looking holistically and we're not being narrow-minded or short-sighted at what we're doing, but we're looking at the big picture to ensure that we are involving all, especially men, at this time.
Okay, Mr. Baylor, I want to thank you very much for being here. And again, as usual, you certainly have all of your facts and all of your information together. Makes for good conversation, and we hope and we trust that we've inspired those persons who are listening to participate in International Men's Day. Like I said, Daybreakers Cycling Group will certainly on Thursday morning be out there.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Folks, please stay tuned. When we return, we will be talking about a very, very special person in the Cayman Islands who, if they were alive today, would have been their 134th birthday. So we're celebrating the 134th anniversary of that person's birth. Please stay tuned. For the record, we'll be back shortly.
Do you remember when 2020 was great?
I don't think it was...
2020 vision, not the year.
Right.
Make 2020 great again with Optical Outlook, the new West Bay store now open. With their designer frames and sunglasses, eye health has never looked so good. Call 746-2020 and book your eye exam today at Caymanian Village and now at Jake Scott Plaza in West Bay. Offering premier eye care in Cayman for over 30 years. Come see the difference with Optical Outlook.
Digital is not a buzzword, it is a culture. At Digicel, we've made it our mission to enrich your digital lives. That's why we're bringing together more of all the experiences you love. The latest shows, the best of local and international music and radio, live sports, cloud storage, breaking news, HD video chats, and more. Welcome to Digital at Digicel, the Caribbean's fastest mobile network. Digicel, better together.
What's that? No sugar, same amazing taste? Coca-Cola Zero Sugar is here to stay. Classic taste, pure satisfaction. Be sure to stop into any Tortuga location and get your own case of Coke Zero. Or grab an ice cold one straight from the cooler. Brought to you by Tortuga Distributors Limited. Coca-Cola, taste the feeling, K-Man.
No, man. My bill seem huge again, and I don't know what to do about it. I gotta look some help.
We can help. The Ministry of Commerce, Planning and Infrastructure has teamed up with CUC to give you the chance to win a home energy makeover worth up to $20,000. Not only will this lower your utility bills, it will increase your home's value. We are also giving away 8 home energy audits worth up to $1,900 each. Open to all homeowners in Grand Cayman. Entry is now open via www.energy.gov.ky/competition. Proudly sponsored by CEL Cooling, Mitsubishi, Foam Pros, Cooling Pros, and more. Use less, save more. Enter today.
The new Self-Help Community Foundation presents the 19th Annual Talent Exposition of the Arts with their first ever virtual concert. Get your tickets now at eventpro.ky. Streaming live on December 13th. You don't want to miss this. With performances by Erica Asai, Caitlin Tyson, Miss Universe 2018, Rico Rolando, Terry Williams, UCCI dancers, Lloyd Barker, Rita Estevanovich, Dream Chasers K-Man, Mariah Padwa, Shantae Ramoon, Duncan Anderson, K-Man Music School, Zariah Anglin, Centerpoint Dance Company, Richie T, JC Patrick, Miss World K-Man, and more. The Talent Exposition of the Arts, first ever virtual concert, broadcasting live December 13th. Get your tickets today at eventpro.ky.
Gather your mateys and rev your engines for a chance to win $4,000 cash. Participate in the first ever Find the Booty Pirates Week scavenger hunt Saturday, November 21st. Scour the island districts for clues, challenges, and much more. Teams of 4 with 1 car are allowed to enter the Find Your Booty Pirates Week scavenger hunt. Only $100 entry fee per team. Get your tickets from eventpro.ky. For more details, email events@piratesweekfestival.com. Ours!
It's time to buy smart. It's time to buy Ropers. Find everything for your home and kitchen at low prices. Ropers. Appliances, dishware, bulk foods, and so much more. With huge savings, Ropers is stocked for your hurricane supplies. Don't cut back on your needs. Cut back on your spending with Ropers. Your neighborhood store. Value, integrity. Ropers Enterprises. 122 Industrial Way. Call 949-2511. Clean up your spending with Ropers. Ropers, providing products and services for better public health.
System 1 loaded.
1-800-534-8255. What is on your mind when it comes to the government, independence, and the opposition? Issues that matter to you. 1-800-534-8255. Waiting to hear from you. For the record.
This is For the Record with Orett Connor.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. Some birthdays that we want to acknowledge as well. Miss Dania Cayasso celebrated a birthday over the weekend, and if you know of anyone else, send us a WhatsApp message and we will announce it on For the Record this morning. Our WhatsApp number 925-6231. I think it is, right, Paul? 925-3261. Sorry, 925-3261. If I'm not reciting it all from my prepared text, sometimes I don't get it. So, Miss Dania Cayasso, belated happy birthday to her. And I don't want you to consider this as being nepotism, but my sister Judith McPhail, we know her as Taki, celebrating her birthday today. So birthday greetings are coming from her children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, brother and sister as well, wishing her a happy birthday. But that's not the 134th birthday that we will be celebrating this morning as well. The Deputy Premier celebrated a birthday over the weekend as well. Belated happy birthday to him. Former Minister and MLA, Mr. Wayne Panton, as well, and Bob, and Sharon Ebanks as well, yeah. So we have lots of people celebrating birthdays in November. So, even with the nepotism, we're not celebrating the 134th anniversary of the birth of Judith McPhail Taki, but we're celebrating what would have been the 134th birthday of a very prominent Caymanian. That celebration and the talk on Radio Cayman will take place with Miss Lisa Arch Scott, who is the granddaughter of the person that we will be talking about. Also with us in the studio, Miss Lucille Seymour, BEM, JP. She's the daughter of Miss Marty Seymour. And Miss Marty accompanied this person to Honduras as a babysitter for her children. Also in the studio with us, Miss Mary Lee Rawlinson, who attended an institution that the person that we're going to be celebrating this morning was in charge of in Grand Cayman. Also with us, Dr. Steve McPhail, who also attended that institution that the person that we're talking about. Now, I think I've kept you on the edge of your seat long enough. You know it isn't Taki. You know it isn't Judith McPhail. You know it isn't Miss Dania Cayasso. You know it isn't the Deputy Premier. You know it isn't the former MLA, Mr. Wayne Panton. You know it's not Miss Sharon Ebanks. So we're going to have Miss Lisa Arch Scott tell you who we will be talking about this morning. Miss Scott, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Good morning. Thank you for having us. The birthday that we're celebrating today is Miss Leela Ross-Shire, our national hero. She is the lady that wrote Beloved Isles, Cayman. Thank you for having us.
Okay, Miss Lucille, over to you. You part of this shindig this morning.
The honor's mine, to
Yes.
tell you the truth. I really believe that the people who make us famous, we should make famous too. And such a person was the unparalleled Leela Shire. I knew her when I was a young child. As a matter of fact, she was instrumental in helping me understand and like reading and like books and like geography. She was a soulmate, a beautiful person. And I'm here today to not only to tout what she's done or celebrate her birthday, but to appeal to the country for her to be a national hero.
Yes.
I believe that it's time. I believe that all of us need to look back at our history to see those persons that have founded it upon the seas. And she's one of them.
Okay, Dr. McPhail, morning. Welcome back,
morning.
sir, in a
Good
different
morning.
role this morning.
Good morning to you and good
Yes.
morning to all the people in the For the Records land. Miss Leela McTaggart Ross-Shire was, I would say, my mentor when I was a young boy. I met her probably around 10, 11, 12 years old, going down to the old library to read.
Mm-hmm.
I was an ardent reader, and she saw me coming there every day after school, reading. In fact, it sort of put me up with my family because in those days, at 12, 13, 14 years old, young boys were getting ready to go to sea. And I was considered to be the odd person. People would say to my mother, that old fool boy going down to the library, sitting all day reading them damn fool books. Why don't you try to get him a job? And so that's how I met Miss McTaggart, Leila McTaggart Rothshire. And she was the one who actually turned me on to the great wealth of literature. I was reading the classics from that age, read most of them, and I find them very fascinating. And we used to have a lot of conversations. She would give me the books to go home and to read them, and I would read them, and I would come back and she would ask me to relate the storyline to. And I would tell her what I thought, and she said to me in that beautiful voice that she had, she says, "Sonny, you got a good mind, you got a good memory. You should do something with that." Mm-hmm. I didn't think about it in those days. I had no idea, because, like I have said, and I mean, the facts is that a white Cayman woman from a prominent family in those days, being friendly with a little boy from up in Mary Street was not too kosher, and I didn't think that I would ever reach where I have gotten. But that foundation that I got from her, and the literary foundation that I got from her, did me well when I went up to university, because some of my English teachers and my English professors at university was amazed that I had a different interpretation of Fitzgerald, Hemingway, and Plato, and all of those people, and even Shakespeare. They had at the university, because my understanding, my reading of them, and my knowledge and my experience in the Caribbean was completely different from their experience of what the authors were saying in their atmosphere. I remember speaking to a professor that I had, and she was talking about Othello, and she was asking me what I thought about Iago following Othello and so forth, what I thought about the relationship. And I says to her, "Ma'am, I don't think that he could have gotten that far in Cayman, in the Caribbean, because no man would be able to go to next man's house and go to his room and take his wife's handkerchief and come back and tell him something like that, because he would be looking for a machete to chop off his head instead of the man getting jealous about that, and say he wouldn't. What if he told that story to a husband the first time, he wouldn't get a second chance to do that, and they were amazed. How did you think? Well, I said, well, it's a different culture.
Yeah.
So that is where I got my start in life, in literature.
Okay. Miss Mary Lee, we want to hear from you.
First of all, I would like to express my thanks to Lisa Scott for inviting me here today to take part in this morning show. I feel very honored, Lisa, because I loved your grandmother very much.
Thank you.
I first met her when I was about 9 years old, when I attended the Cayman Prep School, which was right in back of the library. Mm-hmm. And she was such a lovely person. Everybody loved her, and she encouraged us to read and to do well. And she always attended all of her concerts in the town hall. Well, one night we were having a concert, and I was in this play, and my name was nobody knew my name. But the king had said, well, whoever guesses her name will get her hand in marriage. So somebody guessed it, and he said, her name is Veronica. And from that day forward, she never called me Mary Lee again. After the last time I met her, I was Veronica. And she used to sing it out like they did in the play. Veronica! Hi, Veronica! I always remember that. She was so sweet. Mm. I was reading about her life in that documentary that you provided, and she mentioned that her mother was such a loving and kind person. And I thought to myself, well, she certainly passed it on to you, because you are she's such a kind woman. Mm-hmm. She was an amazing lady, and I just loved her very much. I think probably the greatest legacy she left to us was the composition of our national song. This was written in 1930, as far as I know, some 90 years ago now, and it is still relevant to us today. It is a beautiful song, and every time I hear it, I'm moved to tears. I really just love that song. It's a song of praise and worship to our Creator. It's thanksgiving to God for His goodness and mercy, and love towards men and our fellow beings. Appreciation and care of our natural environment is in it. When we embody these qualities in our lives, as she did, we begin to be truly blessed. When speaking of our national environment, she mentions soft, fresh breezes, the beautiful sea surrounding our islands, and verdant trees everywhere. Verdant trees brings to my mind our great mangroves. The magnificent mangrove system that surrounds our island. It is a most remarkable plant. The root system provides the small fish and other creatures to enable them to survive and to provide food to sustain us. And most important of all, the root system protects us from the ravages of storms because of its incredible root system. In His wisdom, God intended for us to take care of our natural environment for our own good and well-being. And the destruction of our mangroves nowadays is quite alarming because we are destroying the very system that our Creator put in place to protect us. Miss Leela recognized and appreciated the value of our trees. I believe that I speak on behalf of my fellow Caymanians when I express my strong desire for Miss Leela to receive the recognition she so rightly deserves for her legacy to us in the area of the arts, music, and appreciation of our island home, and that she be named a national hero, and that her statue be placed in Heroes Square, overlooking the public library, Constitution Hall, and in close proximity as possible to the Elmsley Memorial Church, where she served faithfully as organist and choir leader for many years.
Okay.
May her soul continue to rest in peace.
Thank you. Thank you very much for that, Ms. Mary Lou. We're going to take a commercial break, folks. Please stay tuned. The conversation about or who should be our national hero, a person who should be our national hero. And there are questions. We asked questions, Dr. McPhail and I the other day, Mr. Alfonso Wright, the big question, why not? Why not? And we're going to ask that again today. And we're going to continue to advocate for that to occur as well. Please stay tuned. For the record, we'll be back shortly.
Fidelity Bank would like to thank all essential workers. We salute your efforts and thank you for the sacrifices you've made to keep us all safe. During these challenging times we're facing, our top priority is the health and safety of the communities we serve. And while it's true that things are changing rapidly every day, one thing that will never change is our commitment to giving you the best and sound financial solutions to help you during and after the coronavirus pandemic. At Fidelity Bank, our focus will always be you. Fidelity, we're good for you.
Hi, I'm remodeling our bathroom. I have a few questions.
Sure.
What are some ideas to make my bathroom feel larger? How do I know if I'm picking the right vanity? How do I choose a new toilet or a new countertop? Also, the lighting is terrible. Can I put a window or a skylight? And do I really need an exhaust fan?
You've come to the right place. At Brand Source, we custom design kitchen and baths, and our talented design team can help answer your questions. Whether you're looking for a modern, functional family bathroom or a luxurious personal retreat, we'll help create that beautiful space that makes your home yours. And if you're in a rush for a new look and have a limited budget, our ready-to-install bathroom vanities built with solid wood and countertops of the finest materials are a quick and easy remodeling solution.
For the very best in custom-designed kitchens and baths, visit Brand Source Home Gallery on Dorsey Drive, Industrial Park, Cayman's Kitchen and Bath Center.
Green Turtle,
modern solutions to get you through the new normal. Download the Green Turtle app now and top up yours or a loved one's phone with any mobile carrier in any destination. Home delivery of laptops, tablets, phones, accessories, and iTunes and major online retailer gift cards. And now, home deliveries of groceries and courier service. Guaranteed delivery within 2 hours from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Visit their list of products at greenturtle.ky or download the Green Turtle app today. Green Turtle is not only the future of mobile, but today it can help save a life. Take a ride on the Green Turtle Express today. Download the Green Turtle app, the future of mobile, saving lives today.
For the record, with Orett Connor.
Initiating system. For information that matters. For the record, with Orett Connor. Continues right now on Radio Cayman.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. In this segment of the show, we're celebrating the 134th anniversary of the birth of Miss Leela Ross Shire, Nee, formerly known as MacTaggart. That conversation is taking place with Miss Lisa Arch Scott, who is Miss Leela's granddaughter. Also in the studio with us, Miss Lucille Seymour, who is the daughter of Miss Maudie Seymour, late Maudie Seymour. Miss Maudie accompanied Miss Leela to Honduras as a babysitter, and we'll have Miss Lucille talk a little bit more about that as well. Also in the studio with us, Miss Mary Lee Rawlinson, and you heard her talk about her experience with Miss Leela and give us a clear interpretation of the words of our national song, Beloved Isle Cayman. Also in the studio, Dr. Steve McFeel, who frequently attended the library and was assisted by Miss Leela, who was the librarian at that time. What we're going to do now is we're going to have Miss Lisa Arch Scott talk a little bit about her grandmother, give us some information about when she was born and a part of her life as well. Miss Lisa.
Thank you. So I'm actually her great-granddaughter. But that being said, I'm so proud of her. That's I wish I was her daughter. But today is her 134th birthday. And I was told by reading poems and things that she left written, when she was born, her grandfather had the church ring the church bells and hoist the flag. So she came into this world with much fanfare in her day. And her grandfather was a teacher. And so she was one of the fortunate ones. She got to go to school and she got as good an education as there was being offered at that time. Her grandfather was also one of the founding members of the Emsley Memorial Church, which is why she was so involved in the church and became a Christian at a very young age and a member of the church at 18 and organist and so on. So she loved learning. She loved sharing what she knew. So she took with great pride. She was a governess to one of the, don't remember, he was would be equivalent, I guess, to the governor that we have at this time. I don't remember what the term was that he used for him. So she was a governess. She taught alongside of her grandfather in schools, and she moved on to other things. But her love for music was the thing that dominated her life. She loved poetry and she loved music, and that's how she shared her love of that with everyone that she met. And Cayman was poor, as we all know, in those days, and so that was what she did. If people wanted if they were having a birthday and they needed an invitation, she'd write a little poem and they would take that around and sing it at the house of the person that was being invited to the party. Those type of things is what she would do. Later on in her life, she became the librarian, and her men were all off to sea. What she would do is, many people on the island couldn't read and write, so they would come to her and they would sit with her and tell her what they wanted the letter to say, and she would pen the letter. Of course, being the romantic that she is, she would make it very sweet. And so when the gentleman on the boat got his letter from his wife or significant other, whatever the situation was, it was quite a romantic thing. I think she was a little bit of a Cupid, I might say, because she would write quite sweet letters off for these people, and of course when the return letter came, she would read that to them as well. So she was very involved in pretty much everybody's life at some stage. If it wasn't you as a child, teaching you to read and helping you with an interest in it, she was helping people's marriage stay together by keeping the communication going. She was active in the church, making sure that people were, serving their Lord and being good people. And she was just a great woman. I mean, I didn't know her very well. She passed when I was 4, so my memories of her are very, very slim. It's just what I've read about her. But I do wish that I had met her and known her on a more personal scale, because she was. The more I looked to get knowledge about her, the more I realized what a great woman she was. She really was a great woman.
Okay, Miss Lucille, over to you.
Yes, what I'd like to do today is that I want the public to hear my request why I thought she should be a national hero. And what you can do is cut me off and then go to somebody else when you think I've said enough, but I want that to be heard. As we live our lives in Cayman, we will undeniably continue to remember Mrs. Leela McTaggart Shire as a significant contributor to the arts, as a poet, a songwriter, an organist at Emsa Memorial Church for decades, affectionately known as Miss Leela. She will be immortalized as a significant contributor to our history and our culture, and enriching our lives and undoubtedly imbuing in us a sense of patriotism, a pride for our beloved country, the Cayman Islands. Far and wide, her literary gift will be remembered by patrons of the library, where she worked as a librarian and sometimes took on the role of teacher. She taught, read and wrote for decades in that small but significant place called the Old Library. Miss Leela instilled in many people the ability and desire to read and write, and in the process develop a fondness for literature, including the great works by Shakespeare, Dickens, and other famous writers, which were often unavailable at schools. Through her actions, she contributed to the quality of life of thousands of Caymanians, and heavily influenced the children attending school at the old base during the time when using the library as a place of study was not fashionable. The school and the library occupied the American base during the war. To this day, the library is still referred to as the base. Although the library contained a limited number of books, some of poor quality, Ms. Leela urged influential library patrons to send various texts to the library to meet the demand for material to prepare for examinations. It was not uncommon to see her in a little corner while working with mothers who came to register their children, some of whom did not even know how to spell their children's name. Miss Leela was such a passionate and caring person that she gave up much of her time to ensure that at the very least the parents also knew the meaning and the origin of their children's names and the proper pronunciation. Many of them went on to become regular users of the library. The Cayman people remember well the significance of her contribution as a patriot, a nation builder. Little did they know her literary writings and poetry would continue to gain recognition as the vanguard of the Caymanian culture and heritage. To this day, her poem, The Mosquito, is quoted and recited. The honor of naming her as a national hero, bestowing legendary status on a simple but indomitable woman, is the correct and rightful thing for the island to do.
Okay. Ms. Lucille, want to thank you very much for that. We do have a caller on hold, but Paul, what we're going to do, take the break for the headline news, which is very short because we don't want to have to interrupt the caller in the middle of that. As soon as we return, which is a very short break, we will take the first caller that we have. Folks, please stay tuned for the record. We'll be back shortly.
You are listening to Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands.
Today's biggest news.
Radio Cayman.
It's only 2 species that we have here on the island.
Generations present.
Your voice, your choice.
It is in the best interest of the people of these islands.
Local, regional, international. This is Headlines from Radio Cayman's newsroom.
Today's biggest news.
Government reported the results of 213 COVID-19 tests on Friday. All came back negative. As of Friday, there were 16 active cases of COVID-19, but only one was symptomatic. That person remained in the hospital. A new vaccine that protects against COVID-19 is nearly 95% effective, according to early data from U.S. company Moderna. The results come hot on the heels of similar results from Pfizer and add to growing confidence that vaccines can help end the pandemic. Both companies used a highly innovative and experimental approach to designing their vaccines. Moderna says it is, quote, a great day, and they plan to apply for approval to use the vaccine in the next few weeks. However, this is still early data and key questions remain unanswered. Meanwhile, a major trial of a vaccine to protect against COVID has launched in the UK, the third such trial in the country. UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson is self-isolating after coming into contact with an MP who later tested positive for coronavirus. The states of Washington and Michigan have brought in strict measures as cases in the U.S. top 11 million. There have been more than 54 million coronavirus cases and 1.3 million deaths across the world. Those are your headlines. I'm Karsley Fuller.
For the latest in news and information,
follow Radio K-Man on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Download the Radio K-Man app or log on to our website, radiokman.gov.ky.
your voice, your choice, your radio.
For the record, with Orett Connor.
Initiating system. For information that matter. For the record, with Orett Connor. Continues right now on Radio K-Man.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. In the studio, we have Miss Lisa Scott, Miss Lucille Seymour, Dr. Steve McFeel, Miss Marylee Rawlinson. We're talking and celebrating the 134th anniversary of the birth of Miss Leela Ross Shire, the hero of the Cayman Islands and the person who should be our national hero as well. She penned the words of our national song, Beloved Isle Cayman. So we will continue during the course of the show to advocate for her to be named a national hero. We do have a caller. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm just fine. I'm so happy to be able to comment on this wonderful subject this morning. This is Andrea Martinez Calderon.
Thank you.
And, I'm wondering, since Miss Leela is being recommended for the national hero, her song, the national anthem, should equal on all levels the same title. When I say that, I mean there's so many versions being played at so many different ceremonies, but if government adopts this particular recording, the last one that Miss Lisa and her husband did, as an official national anthem, instead of, anybody just playing every other one, but make this particular one the national anthem. So nothing else played but that at official ceremonies. That bothered me, that because I hear a lot of times at government officials gathering, people singing it. I like when Lisa sings it.
Thank you.
Like when anybody sings it. But on an official basis, when we're, raising our country up to the national level, that should be the one that is played at, like, for instance, Heroes Day coming up. Use that one. And I know you all get what I'm trying to say.
Sure.
I'm really excited and a little bit nervous because I rarely call into these shows. So that's my thought this morning, and I'm all for Miss Leela being a national hero and her statue in the park, and the National Heroes Park, and equally use her latest recording at all official ceremonies, starting with Heroes Day.
Can I comment on that?
Thank you very much for that, Miss Lisa. Yes.
Thank you so much, Miss Andrea, for the call. Obviously, I sang it because it was something my Aunt Marcia asked me to do. She was actually the person that held the copyright. It was given to her by her grandmother.
Okay.
So I sang it because it was something that she wanted me to do. But what I would like to invite people to do is...
Okay, somebody's go right ahead. Go.
So what I would like to say is the version of the song can be found. I've given it to government, and there's also a CD available that anyone wanting to use. So it wouldn't have to be my voice. Anyone wanting to sing the song, the arrangement is there that they can use it.
Okay.
So it would keep it as a standard if that was what they wanted to do.
Okay, and from a historical perspective, can we point out what year the national song was written as well?
I've been told 1930.
Right, June of 1930. Correct. Yes, and then I believe my notes that I have here also was that it became a national song in 1993 when Beloved Isles came on. Was made a national song as well.
That is correct. Yeah. It was gazetted at that time.
And that was during the time of the Honorable McKeever Bush.
Mr. Bush was very instrumental.
Minister of Community Development.
Okay. Now, was it originally Beloved Isle came on? Or Isles?
So
always Isles.
No, it was never Isles. Maybe 2 years ago, I had a conversation with Mr. Sam Rose from the government, and we discussed about getting this out in some, as Miss Andrea said, in some standard format, because people sang it differently, and we wanted to standardize the song. And so one of the things that Mr. Rose asked me to do, he says, Cayman Bracken, Little Cayman says it's not their national song. So he said, can we pluralize it so that they'll feel included in it? And of course I thought that was a good idea, but it wasn't mine to say yes. So I asked the family. I went to all of her living grandchildren, and everyone said absolutely, if that was what was needed, that was what should be done. And so when I recorded it, I added the S, and I did it at the request of the government.
Excellent, excellent. Doc, I know you want to get in the conversation again. Back around to you now, Doc.
Well, taking up from what Ms. Lucille said, I would just like to say that, and I wrote down some notes that I would like to say because I know it's a very touchy subject, and people will be listening and trying to say that you didn't say the right thing. But I believe that she didn't write the beautiful Isle Cayman to receive esteem and fame. She wrote it out of the love for the Cayman people and the Cayman and the country that she loved. She actually really loved these islands, and she really loved the people. And when she was writing the song, she wasn't thinking about money and getting her and getting fame and getting recorded. She wasn't thinking about that at all. And I would just like to say, it seems that we as Caymanians do not have the ability to view the world from any other perspective other than a personal one. And so it seems to me that we all personalize everything. And we create an elaborate symbolic defense mechanism against the knowledge of our people, of their good deeds, which in turn acts as the emotional and the intellectual response to our basic historical significance to each other. And so I don't understand why we don't grasp the great things that each other that we do that is significant for our evolution in this world. But it seems to me that unless we are in the right atmosphere and the right unless it's personal and they have to know you personally, it's not the deeds that you do, because when you look at the classical definition of what a hero is a great person who does selfless deeds. But we don't look at that. And that brings me to what Mr. Gilbert McLean told me one time, that Governor Long said to him, when Gilbert was exiled from the island in America, and because of his political activism, and his father-in-law wrote and got him a job back with the government. Gilbert became back and was working with the government, and when he met Mr. Long for the interview, and Mr. Long said to him, "I don't have anything against you for your activism," and he says to Gilbert, "I want to let you know that Caymanian people were cruel to each other. They were cruel to each other." And I think that is what we see here. So we need to have new convincing to feel the heroic about ourselves, and that's what Miss Leela has made us feel. When you read that song, you have to feel heroic about yourself and your country. Because it's not like any other song. It's not like any other anthem. And that's how you feel. Like I said, she was not a resistance fighter. She was not a politician. But she established the ability to unleash music, plays, literature, and she had skills in teaching, and she demonstrated that what the black people are saying today in America, she demonstrated that Caymanian lives matters too.
As well.
That Caymanian lives matter. That's what she demonstrated.
Okay, we have a caller. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Everyone, this is Alice Mako.
Good morning, ma'am. How are you?
Just great. And hearing this program this morning, this again fills my heart with pride and joy that Miss Leela is being considered for recognition. Because if there's anyone ever deserving of being declared a national hero, it is certainly Mrs. Leela. Because she did it not because she was going to get a photo opportunity, but it was for the genuine love and care that she had for her country. And hearing Lisa's version of it takes me back to the first time that I ever sang that. No, I'm not a singer. So it was before the Legislative Assembly was erected on that site. Remember, that was the Princess Royal Park?
Yes.
I can't remember the name of the princess who came, but I know I was in the girls' guild.
Princess Alice. Princess Alice of Athlone.
Was
your namesake, Princess Alice.
Oh, Princess Alice. I thought it was that, but then I said if I'm wrong, it would sound as if I'm trying to think I'm somebody. Yes, and I remember that's the very first time that I sang it with the girls' guild ring at that time, and it was such a thrilling moment, not just to sing that song, but of course to have a princess, a real princess, to sing it to. And I remember it at that time. We said Isles, the plural, whether it was correctly or not. And I'm really glad to know that Lisa's version has put it plural, because we are 3 Cayman Islands, and wherever we sing it, it applies to that particular island. But I wholeheartedly support Miss Leela McTaggart Rothshire as a national hero. Long overdue. God bless you all. Take care. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much for that, Miss Alice. We've also received a WhatsApp message from Dr. Curtis Barnett, and he says for a description and essayistic analysis of the national song, you may see my essay, Beloved Isles, in my book, Toes in the Sand, available at bookstores and libraries as well. So he has done an analysis of the national song. That's interesting as well. Very very interesting. Folks, time for us to take a commercial break. When we return, we will continue to talk about the person who, there's a saying, the man who should be king. This is the lady who should be a national hero, Miss Leela Rothshire. We're talking about her 134th anniversary of her birth. Please stay tuned. For the Record, we'll be back shortly.
Green Turtle, modern solutions to get you through the new normal. Download the Green Turtle app now and top up yours or a loved one's phone with any mobile carrier in any destination. Home delivery of laptops, tablets, phones, accessories, and iTunes and major online retailer gift cards. And now, home deliveries of groceries and courier service. Guaranteed delivery within 2 hours from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Visit their list of products at greenturtle.ky or download the Green Turtle app today. Green Turtle is not only the future of mobile, but today it can help save a life. Take a ride on the Green Turtle Express today. Download the Green Turtle app. The future of mobile, saving lives today.
Fidelity Bank would like to thank all essential workers. We salute your efforts and thank you for the sacrifices you've made to keep us all safe. During these challenging times we're facing, our top priority is the health and safety of the communities we serve. And while it's true that things are changing rapidly every day, one thing that will never change is our commitment to giving you the best and sound financial solutions to help you during and after the coronavirus pandemic. At Fidelity Bank, our focus will always be you. Fidelity, we're good for you.
Do you remember when 2020 was great?
I don't think it was
2020 vision, not the year.
right.
Make 2020 great again with Optical Outlook, the new West Bay store now open. With their designer frames and sunglasses, eye health has never looked so good. Call 746-2020 and book your eye exam today at Caymanian Village and now at Jake Scott Plaza in West Bay, offering premier eye care in Cayman for over 30 years. Come see the difference with Optical Outlook.
Honey, our fridge has stopped working again. Everything in the freezer is melting. We need to get this repaired right away. I'm calling Brand Source Service.
When you need the very best appliance service, call Brand Source Service at 623-5000. Offering service and installation of all brands and models of appliances. Brand Source Service is Cayman's source for appliance parts and repairs with qualified and experienced technicians and the island's largest stock of appliance parts. Brand Source Service will have your repair completed in a flash. So, whatever the problem is, call the experts at 623-5000. Brand Source Service, Dorsey Drive, Industrial Park. Telephone 623-5000.
For the record, with Orett Connor.
Initiating system. For information that matter. For the record, with Orett Connor. Continues right now on Radio Cayman.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. Additional persons who are celebrating birthdays today. Miss Betty Wood. Miss Betty Wood is celebrating her birthday today as well. And Miss Christina Rowlandson, who is the daughter of Miss Mary Lee Rowlandson. She also worked as a senior policy analyst in the cabinet office with me. Christina did immense amount of work with the European Union, their delegation in Kingston, their offices in Kingston, to get the funding for our radar facility that we have in East End, the Doppler radar system that we have in place there. So, Christina, big happy birthday to you today as well. We do have a caller. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you, my friend?
Good morning to you and all your panel. Harwell here. I just have one little contribution to make to that your topic this morning, and that's regarding the respect for our national song.
Mm-hmm.
So many times I see, or at functions or wherever, people, when the song is being sung, people just stand up any kind of how, lackadaisically, people twiddling thumbs. I think that we should, show our national song respect by standing, at attention. Not necessarily military attention, but standing, and observing straight up. I remember when I was in school in Jamaica, and their national anthem was being sung. I remember one time when I was standing and I was reprimanded for it, and I said, well, I'm not Jamaican. And they said, it doesn't matter. You have to show respect to the song.
Mm-hmm.
So, and like I said, so many times, I think it needs to be inculcated from in the schools, because you look at functions in our school children, involved and the song is being sung, not all of them are standing, showing respect. And I think it has to be encouraged and inculcated from a young age that, it's our national song. It's a beautiful song. Like somebody said, I think it was Dr. Steve that said it's like no other song, I hope I live to see the day that becomes our national anthem.
Yes.
In the meantime, I think that we need to respect it by, standing properly when our national song is being played.
Okay.
That's my 2 cents.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, for that as well. And folks, what is significant is that when we play the national anthem, almost in every situation, I would say in every situation that I find myself in at any event, in tandem with the national anthem, we sing the national song as well. So we have given it equal footing as the national anthem, but yet we have failed to bestow one of our highest honors in the Cayman Islands to the person who penned that song, a song that is played more frequently than any other song, or just as frequently as the national anthem in the Cayman Islands. And we really, really have to fight and advocate for that. It is extremely important. Now, Miss Lisa, despite the fact that she hasn't been named a national hero, she did receive some recognition for her contribution to the Cayman Islands, didn't she?
That is correct. She received the certificate and badge of honor in 1965.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. 1st of January 1965.
That is correct.
Mm-hmm.
When Mr. Will Farrington got the CBE, and Mr. Lazary got the MBE. Mr. Will Farrington at that time got the CBE, and Mr. Lazary of Cayman Brac got the MBE, and Mr. Macfield, I think, got the MBE, or the Certificate of Honor.
So she penned the Beloved Isle Cayman in 1930, and 1965, 35 years later, she got the Certificate and Badge of Honor. And we have people who, Johnny-come-latelys, we're still not over with the COVID-19 situation, but they get OBEs.
Yes. And in 1995, the Honorable McKeever Bush made it our national song.
Yes.
So it seems like it's going in 30-year spurts. So maybe...
Or 30 days, depending on who you are.
Oh, my.
But I have to say that, it might be okay for all of us here to say that she's entitled to it. But I have learned in my life that unless all of us are patriotic and say it has to be so, it won't happen.
Well, we have to do more than
say. So all of
say.
us that are listening and all of us that talk on the five sides of our mouth must say something, because I want to be honest about Cayman. This is my country. I've lived here all my life and their generations. But sometimes we do have five sides, and we should really show the perfect one now. I don't think none of us are lying around this table, and none of us who are within earshot of our mouth, that she has contributed. There's nobody else.
Immensely.
No one in my lifetime has written such been so patriotic.
Yes.
None. And I dare to challenge them.
Yes,
nobody.
I would like to take it up because when you look in Hero Square, most of the people there got there because of some political deeds that they have done. And it seems to me that perhaps if she had a political deed or a political knife, her elevation would be of some political use to some people. Perhaps that, but I don't know why she's been so ignored. I don't know why. Lisa and I have been talking about this, and I've been talking to my friends about this. I didn't know why she's been so ignored. But what I do know is that her accomplishment, that the things that she's accomplished, has been far more and then what some of those people who are now establishing Hero Square did. That's what I do know. And so I urge everyone, those that have great power in the country, and even those who have little knowledge, to confer with each other on this particular, because I'm not letting it go. I'm going to be plugging it everywhere I get, not only at this station but on the other station when I go there too. I keep plugging it there, and we need to have we need to have the mental conditioning that it takes now to make our people great. Miss Leela made us great, a great people. She gave me great inspirations when I hear the song, and Mr. Harrell is right. People take it for granted because it's Cayman. It's a Cayman song. It's not a Cayman song. It's our Cayman national anthem. And the only reason why it's not called our national anthem is because we're in this position now where we have another anthem in front of us. And yes. I hope the day become, I know...
Divided loyalties.
Yeah, exactly. I hope the day may come that I may live to see. I know it's not going to happen, but I still live to see, because I was at a meeting sometime last week when people were talking about age and stuff, and I said, don't count me in to what you're talking about. I'm going to be here for a long time. Okay. I'm going to be here for a long time, okay. Jim.
We have a caller. We're going to grab that caller. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Morning. I think that you're on to a really great subject this morning.
Thank you.
Good morning, Lucy. Yeah, I think I remember one of the first programs that I think goes back about 11, 12 years, maybe 13 years, we did on Song Heroes when we came on Ireland. And I think Dr. Mark was on that program.
Yes, I was.
And he brought this same idea forward. And I go back 45 years almost. When Radio Cayman was preparing to get on the air, we were searching for a recording of this song, and we couldn't find one. So I think over the years, that is, Radio Cayman has probably commissioned at least, I'd say, 3 or 4 versions of that song. And I think it got a lot of exposure once Radio Cayman came on the air. Probably before that, very few people in the community had really heard it. And but it's a great switch, and I think that she deserves to be our next national hero.
Okay.
And Mark, you keep it up.
Oh, definitely, definitely. I remember having the privilege to go to her concerts, and listening to Mr. Lindsay Thompson and her on the guitar, and I remember she used to write all the plays, and the people who used to be in the concert. Then this lady here, I don't remember her, but I remember Yvonne Granger and her cousin Frida. And I remember the McTaggart sisters,
Gracie
and them. And I remember one song. I remember, I'm a lonely little petunia in an onion patch, an onion patch, an onion patch. I'm a lonely little petunia in an onion patch, and all I do is cry all day.
Wow!
And I used to sing. I used to sing that song.
You have a lot of talent, man. You have a lot of talent. You have a lot of talent.
Miss Merle, anything you want to add to that?
I just wanted to suggest, or know if it's possible, since she's been ignored, Ms. Leela has been ignored by the powers that be. Could we start like a petition?
Yes, I think so.
We take it around and have people sign it.
Yes. That's
a
great idea, ma'am.
Like you say, we talk, but we never put
things
into action.
If I could jump in there, you kind of morphed into another subject here, that is Cayman music. There's so many Caymanian musicians that go unrecognized, and but this is a great push, Dr. Mark, and like I say, keep it up.
Okay, thank you very much. One of our listeners has written in and said, I cannot think of one Caymanian who would not support your panel's excellent recommendation of Mrs. McTaggart Rothshire as a national hero. I say an abounding yes, as Miss Annie would say, this honor is awaited for many years as well. So we want to thank that writer, that listener for those words as well. We're going to take a commercial break. Folks, please stay tuned. The conversation and the campaigning, not for political office, but for a recognition of Miss Leela as a national hero, will continue after this short commercial break.
Stronger, wider, higher, lighter. The all-new Ford Ranger Raptor.
Powerfully built with a 2.0 diesel Panther engine and 210 horsepower. Modern with leather interior and 8-inch touchscreen, Sync 3 technology and power features. Tough, built to handle the off-road with 4-wheel drive, terrain modes, and a 10-speed automatic transmission. Coming early October to Vamped Motors, Walkers Road. To find out more and to test drive the bold new Ford Ranger Raptor, visit Vamped Motors, Walkers Road, or call 949-8288.
No, man. My bill seem huge again, and I don't know what to do about it. I gotta look some help.
We can help. The Ministry of Commerce, Planning and Infrastructure has teamed up with CUC to give you the chance to win a home energy makeover worth up to $20,000. Not only will this lower your utility bills, it will increase your home's value. We are also giving away 8 home energy audits worth up to $1,900 each. Open to all homeowners in Grand Cayman. Entry is now open via www.energy.gov.ky/competition. Proudly sponsored by CEL Cooling, Mitsubishi, Phone Pros, Cooling Pros, and more. Use less, save more. Enter today.
Whether you're seeking advanced skincare, cosmetic skin enhancements, or simply looking to reduce wrinkles, the offices of dermatologist Dr. Wayne Porter is here to serve your needs. Dr. Porter will be taking appointments from November 30th to December 8th at his Crew Road Clinic. Appointments, slots, or limited. Dr. Porter offers a full-service dermatology and dermatological surgery practice with special emphasis on skin rejuvenation using lasers and facial fillers. They always strive to provide the highest quality, individualized cosmetic, surgical, and medical skin care. For more information, email dr.portercayman@gmail.com or call 946-9020 to book your appointment today. That is 946-9020.
What's that? No sugar, same amazing taste? Coca-Cola Zero Sugar is here to stay. Classic taste, pure satisfaction. Be sure to stop into any Tortuga location and get your own case of Coke Zero. Or grab an ice cold one straight from the cooler. Brought to you by Tortuga Distributors Limited. Coca-Cola, taste the feeling, Cayman.
The Tuesday and Thursday edition of The Business Buzz is brought to you by Cayman Medical Supplies, providing quality pharmaceuticals, medical supplies, and consumer products to healthcare providers, retailers, and ultimately the patients at a reasonable rate in a friendly, caring, and timely manner. Cayman Medical Supplies is located at number 93 Smith Road, Windward Center. Telephone 949-6211.
For the record, with Orett Connor.
Initiating system. For information that matters. For the record, with Orett Connor. Continues right now on Radio Cayman.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. We're here celebrating and talking about the 134th anniversary of the birth of Miss Leela Rothshire Nee McTaggart. She penned our national song, Beloved Isles. Cayman in the studio with us, Miss Lisa Arch Scott, who is the great-granddaughter of Miss Leela, the daughter of Miss Maudie Seymour, who accompanied Miss Leela to Honduras, Miss Lucille Seymour, Dr. Steve McFeel, who frequently attended the library where Miss Leela was a librarian, and Miss Mary Lee Rowlandson, who a family friend and also was involved in attending the library as well. We have two callers. Before we go to the caller, I just want to point out also that on the 16th of April, between the 16th of April and the 27th of August 1938, that Oxford University Biological Expedition came to Cayman to do a national history survey. Miss Leela was involved in the project. A great friendship resulted, and on their departure, that is the departure of the expedition, Miss Leela penned a farewell poem for the team. This poem is preserved at Oxford University to this day. So even Oxford University has recognized her and her penmanship and her authorship as well. Let's take the two callers. First caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record.
Good morning, Cole.
Good morning. How art thou?
Good. All them people in the studio?
All of them in here, and we got space for one more. You want to come in?
No, is Mr. Lochte Banks there too?
No. He called in.
Okay, all right. I heard his voice. Thanks very much to Miss Lisa. She gave me a copy of. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
And Miss Lucille, good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am.
I don't know the rest and anybody else, but
Dr. Steve and Miss Mary Lee Rollinson.
Okay. Good morning, Doc.
Good morning, ma'am.
And good morning to everybody else. I heard Mr. Loxley say something just passing. Didn't even get the full sentence, but something about our musicians not being recognized. There is one gentleman I've been shouting from the rooftops for, but very quietly, because I don't want anybody who don't belong in my business. In other words, Mr. Anand, you know me. I need Caymanians to serve Caymanians. So I'm asking for somebody, Mr. Loxley Banks, you know who I am, you know where to get my number from. Call me. There's one man that fits that description of they don't want to recognize the elderly, and he's a person that is sick. I would so want somebody to get his life story before he goes firsthand, and Loxley would be the one that might be just the person to do that.
Okay.
So, Mr. Banks, please, you don't have to talk to me. I can give you the name and you can run. Anyway, have a nice day. As much as I can, I'm trying to enjoy the program, but I'm flying back and forth.
Thank you.
It's a very good program. And again, Miss Lisa, thank you very, very much.
Okay, but if you're flying, remember now every time you land, you got to go into quarantine.
They wouldn't want Charlie down even for 2 weeks.
Okay, thank you. Have a great day.
And she must read the Miss Leela's poem on the flying turtle. Fly me back to Grand Cayman.
Wow. Okay, we have another caller. Caller, good morning. Welcome to For the Record. Good morning, caller.
Good morning. This is Glenn in Anger. I would just like to say good morning to the rest of your panel. Miss Lisa, Miss Mary, Miss Lucille, and Dr. Steve. This is Glenn in Anger calling in. I'm just calling in to ask why it takes such a long time for us to try and convince the general public that this national hero should be recognized. I honestly, anybody who has watched that documentary about Beloved Isle would not think twice about making sure that Leela is definitely should have happened over 30 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Even before even before Beloved Isle came and became the official national song. It's a beautiful song. I, as a musician, I was very honored to be part of the process of creating an orchestral recording of it. And I can tell you when the musicians who were recording it in Seattle heard it, they've never heard the song before. They fell in love with it. They could even guess what the lyrics were just from the way the music was actually written. So I'm just my 2 cents. I really definitely think that without question she she's a national hero in our eyes already, and it's just a matter of time before people, come to their senses and go ahead and do what seems the most obvious thing. So again, I thank your panel today for shedding so much light on this. I think every Caymanian child and every non-Caymanian child should have this particular documentary in their hands. Every single school curriculum should include it. It's very, very important. I played to some of my students at CI, and many of them had no clue that this is the history of their song. They were very interested in it, and it's something we should be very, very proud of. So I just wanted to call in to weigh in on the whole discussion, which I completely support, and I really hope that this comes to fruition. I'll be very disappointed if it does not. And again, I want to thank Ms. Lisa and Mr. Dan for all the great work they have done putting together this, wonderful documentary, as well as, commissioning a recording for it to be done. It is phenomenal, and that's all I can say about it. So thank you.
Thank you.
It is I that should thank you, Glenn. Thank you for everything you did for us.
Okay, thank
you. It was an honor and a privilege. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Glenn. Well, elections are coming up in May of next year, national elections in the Cayman Islands. And I believe if every constituent told the candidates who are running in that district that rather than vote for one of them, we know we don't have we don't have a situation where you can have a write-in candidate on the ballot in Cayman, but you can spoil your ballot by writing in another candidate and just write Miss Leela Rosshire's name in there. It will spoil the ballot, but it means that the candidates, those politicians, won't get it either. They will think twice then about advocating, more for this. And I want to say to the powers that be, if there's something that that we don't know why Miss Leela should not be named a national hero, tell me.
Tell me. Let us know.
I'm no refrigerator, but I don't know. I won't keep the secret, but tell me.
Let us know.
Let us know. One of our listeners has written in and said a plea to have her recognized must not be ignored. Miss Mary Lee's suggestion of a petition is a wonderful idea. There is no true Caymanian who would be against Aunt Leela being awarded national hero. She is very deserving, and it is long overdue. And they said thank you for the platform to have this topic discussed as well. We have about 2 minutes before we go to our next break. Miss Lucille, can you cover yours in 2 minutes?
I say the lyrics of her song are so wrapped up in what Cayman represents that it awakens that exclusive and profound love of country. Tears flow and silent smiles are up as we say, we love you, Cayman, forever. Beloved Isle Cayman, from its beginning, leads you to understand and accept that Leela is a dedicated environmentalist. She has written hundreds of poems about Cayman. In so doing, has captured the natural beauty of her homeland. It would be remiss of me only to delve into Beloved Isle Cayman. I would also like to highlight Miss Leela as a prolific writer about anything or everything or anything represented the soul of this country. She wrote about her friends and her family. She penned poems on all aspects of Cayman life. It was as if she knew there would be changing times in her country, and she wrote so that if the physical aspects of the countries changed, her writings would carry us into the back of the authentic Cayman Islands. As a keen observer and one who paid particular attention to detail, she never let her eye miss anything. It is as if she knew the importance of posterity of producing and protecting prose, narrative, and songs that capture the essence of that time had forgotten. This nomination would be incomplete without reference to some of the significant poems she wrote about the Cayman Islands, or people she felt that made tremendous contributions to her islands. She constantly praised God for his mighty works. In her poem, The Sea, she sits by the sea, which was barely a stone's throw away where she lived, and was a great comfort to her. She was a great admirer of the sea and tells us about all of the beautiful things we can do in the sea. However, she also cautions us about the mighty power of its relentless strength. When it rises in its magnificent strength, no mortal man can withstand. It's escaped only by God and His mercy deliverance sent. Our hearts were made glad, and we praise His name.
Okay, thank you very much for that, folks. We're going to take our last commercial break. Please stay tuned. The conversation about Miss Leela Ross Shire will continue after the short commercial break.
Hi, I'm remodeling our bathroom. I have a few questions.
Sure.
What are some ideas to make my bathroom feel larger? How do I know if I'm picking the right vanity? How do I choose a new toilet or a new countertop? Also, the lighting is terrible. Can I put a window or a skylight? And do I really need an exhaust fan?
You've come to the right place. At Brand Source, we custom design kitchen and baths, and our talented design team can help answer your questions. Whether you're looking for a modern, functional family bathroom or a luxurious personal retreat, we'll help create that beautiful space that makes your home yours. And if you're in a rush for a new look and have a limited budget, our ready-to-install bathroom vanities built with solid wood and countertops of the finest materials are a quick and easy remodeling solution.
For the very best in custom-designed kitchens and baths, visit Brand Source Home Gallery on Dorsey Drive, Industrial Park, Cayman's Kitchen and Bath Center.
Whether you're finishing a new condo, upgrading your rental property, or simply renovating, make Roper's Enterprises your first stop. Quality furniture at a fraction of the price. Find everything for your home and kitchen at low prices. Roper's, your neighborhood store. Value, integrity. Roper's Enterprises, 122 Industrial Way. Your home deserves a quality finish. Visit their showroom or shop online at ropers.ky. Ropers, providing products and services for better public health.
Stronger, wider, higher, lighter. The all-new Ford Ranger Raptor.
Powerfully built with a 2.0 diesel Panther engine and 210 horsepower. Modern with leather interior and 8-inch touchscreen, Sync 3 technology and power features. Tough, built to handle the off-road with 4-wheel drive, terrain modes, and a 10-speed automatic transmission. Coming early October to Vamped Motors, Walkers Road. To find out more and to test drive the bold new Ford Ranger Raptor, visit Vamped Motors, Walkers Road, or call 949-8288.
No, man. My bills seem huge again, and I don't know what to do about it. I gotta look some help.
We can help. The Ministry of Commerce, Planning and Infrastructure has teamed up with CUC to give you the chance to win a home energy makeover worth up to $20,000. Not only will this lower your utility bills, it will increase your home's value. We are also giving away 8 home energy audits worth up to $1,900 each. Open to all homeowners in Grand Cayman. Entry is now open via www.energy.gov.ky/competition. Proudly sponsored by CEL Cooling, Mitsubishi, Phone Pros, Cooling Pros, and more. Use less, save more. Enter today.
For the record, with Orett Connor.
Initiating system. For information that matters. For the record, with Orett Connor. Continues right now on Radio Cayman.
Good morning and welcome back to For the Record. Paul, we're going to close the phone lines off now because we have about 12 minutes left, and I want to give everyone around the table an opportunity for some closing comments as well. We're discussing the 134th anniversary of the birth of Miss Leela Ross Shire, who penned our national song, Beloved Isle Cayman. She was born on the 16th of November, 1886. So if she were alive, she would be 134 years of age today. Just want to share one last email that we received, and this one says that that our national song is a more and better worded song than the United States anthem,
of course it is.
National anthem as well. They also offered some additional comments, says that our people love to criticize too much. They are amazed at the remarks about Mrs. Oldie purchasing Bendel Hyde's paintings, leaving much to be desired for our arts. And we must push to have Miss Leela recognized. So that the conversation this morning has taken place with Miss Lisa Orett Scott, who is the great-granddaughter of Miss Leela, Miss Lucille Seymour, who's the daughter of Miss Marty Seymour, and Miss Marty accompanied Miss Leela to Honduras as a babysitter. Miss Mary Lee Rollinson is also with us. She attended the library where Miss Leela was a librarian. Also, Dr. Steve McField, he attended the library, and he was assisted immensely by Miss Leela in his appreciation of books as well. So we're going to go around the table. We're going to start with you, Miss Mary Lee, for some closing comments.
Well, first of all, I'd like to reintroduce myself. I'm a Hislop.
Yes.
Most people don't recognize my last name. But anyway, I'm the daughter of Claire and Charles Hislop.
That's right. Okay.
And I just want to thank you all who called in this morning and listened to this show. It was a great response, and we love you all, and we thank you all for doing so. And now remember, when this petition goes around, you put your John Henry on that, okay?
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Doc?
I say her life was illustrious. She performed great deeds of selfless acts for the Caymanian, for the common Caymanian good, instead of the classical goal of wealth. So why not give her the honor that she rightly deserves? In the classical literature, a hero, and she would be a heroine, which is the feminine for hero for that. In the classical literature, a hero is a person who is admired for great or brave acts or fine qualities. She fits all of those definitions. And I have always been advocating for her to be in Hero Square, where she rightly deserves to be. And I will walk with you, ma'am, with a torch at nighttime, at daytime, in the rain and the sun, with the petition to try to get it done. If they don't do it, I don't know, maybe I should put my $1,000 in the ring next year and just go in the platform.
Campaign on that.
just for that.
Yes.
And I spoke to her nephew, I think it's her nephew or her cousin, who I understand is pegged to be the new premier. And I says to him, you have to do this. And he promised me all the time, but nothing has been done. And I said, who else better to honor than your family, who has done great deeds? If I had been there, I would do it for my grandaunt or my grandfather or my granduncle, that we had done something great. Because if we don't look after ourselves and preserve our own history and our own people and create our own heroes and our own heroines, nobody is going to come into the island and do it for us, because they do it for themselves.
Okay, Miss Lucille?
Our children and those who call Cayman home and have the patriotism of Caymanians must rise up and call her name so loud that it reaches the Parliament, the Governor's office, and the place of Westminster. That this day to call her great, or poet laureate, we must edify her in our cities, our townships, and our islands, and must see the genius amongst us. When completed, it will show generations to come that we in the Cayman Islands have done her good, and it will not be interred in her bones, but for years to come, generations shall call her blessed. The honor is mine to have known her, and to have been influenced by her, for my quest and my knowledge and ability to compose thoughts poetically. She was an icon, a woman of substance, a phenomenal woman, who wrote about her character, a country which made us more patriotic and inspired us to love Cayman. Leela McTaggart, Rothshire, thank you for giving us the national opportunity to stand in public places, to sing respectfully, and to love a song written by a Caymanian hero and legend. May your soul rest in peace.
Miss Lisa.
Wow, I can't top that. But I would like to say, as a member of her family, that she would be absolutely humbled, and she'd be so proud of what you all have said about her today and what you say about her all the time. she would absolutely be humbled by it. And I think that if she never becomes a hero, just what you all think of her would have been enough for her, because she was that type of person. So thank you so much. I would take on the challenge that Miss Lucille, you and I'm going to invite the schools, if they'd like us to come in. We will help them teach the children how to stand for the singing of the national song. And I will bring the music for them, and we will get a copy of for every child. We will put a copy in every child's hand. It will take me a while to get them printed. I have a couple hundred already. I think we're going to have to get a couple thousand made, but we will put one in every child's hand. And I too will be out on the streets getting petitioned signed for her, because she is deserving of it. It is time.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Well, in the day of the Me Too movement and Black Lives Matter movement, Miss Leela also had an approach to racism. And it says here that in a time of segregation, Miss Leela believed what the Bible said, and she believed that that was true. The quote, "There is neither Jew nor Greek, there is neither slave nor free, there is no male and female, for you all one in Christ Jesus."
Amen.
She lived by this. She treated everyone with love and respect as well. Also, as an activist in 1959, women were given the right to vote. Miss Leela was one of the women that stepped up and signed a petition to make this a reality. And it can be imagined that she was certainly active in getting many other persons who were the 300 signatories to that petition to get them to sign it, as well. She was a very busy lady. She did things in her lifetime. Miss Leela was a governess, a librarian, a teacher, motivator, fashion icon, poet, songwriter, artist, musician, and activist. Now, with all of those accolades going her way, why isn't she recognized as officially recognized as a national hero? Because there are many individuals who recognize her just simply for the feat of penning our national song, which maybe one of these days, I used to strongly say before this that it will become, our national anthem, but I'm having my doubts about that now. I'm having doubts. Yes. I'm going to still be, campaigning for it, but I'm having my doubts, about it. But if we were ever to become an independent country, there is no doubt that Beloved Isles Cayman would be our national anthem. I have no doubts about that as well. So what we're going to ask Paul to do, I'm not even going to have my closing comments this morning other than to say we are our brothers and our sisters' keeper, including our sister, Miss Leela Ross Shire. And she should be named a national hero. So we're going to end with the song penned by her, Beloved Isle Cayman. Folks, thank you very much. God bless.
To For the Record is brought to you by Vamped Motors, the only authorized Ford and Toyota dealership serving the Cayman Islands. K-Man Pharmacy Group, with a location in West Bay and professional pharmacy at CTMH Doctors Hospital. The K-Man Pharmacy Group has a location for you just around the corner. Seaboard Marine, with over 35 shipping ports, find your shipping solution by calling 949-4977 or visit seaboardmarine.com for competitive rates. Coca-Cola, available across the Cayman Islands from Tortuga distributors. Accept no substitutes. Taste the feeling with Coca-Cola. Brand Source Home Gallery, inspiring luxury. And Fidelity Bank. Fidelity, we're good for you.
Also brought to you by Ropers Enterprises, 122 Industrial Way. Products and services for better public health. Green Turtle. Take a ride on the Green Turtle Express today. Download the Green Turtle app, the future of mobile, saving lives today. And the Ministry of Commerce, Planning and Infrastructure. Visit energy.gov.ky/competition